Hi, I want to welcome everyone again to a short overview of Creo Parametric. Today we're going to look at mechanisms, specifically rack and pinion gears, dynamic gears, in the different types of mechanisms you can actually create. So what we're going to use again is the 7.7 race car model, and what I've already opened is the front rack and pinion assembly from the steering column, or the steering mechanism in the front end. And as I can see on the screen, there's a rack and there's a pinion. Currently, right now, there's no relationship between the two. So if I move one, they move independently of each other. Now the two are bound independently by their own constraints within the assembly. So one is using a sliding constraint, one is using a pin constraint. Other than that, though, there's no relationship between the two. That's where mechanism comes into play. So again, we're in Creo Parametric using the ribbon approach across the top. What we're going to do now is launch mechanism. So I'm going to go and launch mechanism, and because again this is a Creo app, it will use the same interface. I will use this ribbon approach. So just by a click of a few buttons, I'm now looking at the mechanism ribbon across the top with all of my different types of mechanisms we can create. Today though, we're going to look at just gears. So I'm going to launch my gear mechanism. First thing I need to do when I launch this is actually select the type of gear. In this case, it's a rack and pinion. Now, this is where I need to make the relationship. So first I'll define the pinion by selecting the actual, in this case, assembly constraint for the pinion. What I'll need to do next is define the, in this case, pitch diameter. Secondly, I'll go define the rack. So I'll grab or select the sliding connection from the assembly. Now, depending on how you have this arranged, you may need to change the direction of the sliding motion. And I can flip this. I can also flip the rotational direction of the actual pinion as well. Lastly, if I have to set some properties on the Properties tab, in this case I need to set a helix angle, I can go to this tab and set my helix angle. Clicking Apply and OK makes the relationship. I now can see the mechanism defined by the green outline of the pairing of the two gears within this mechanism. And as I move one, either rotating the gear or rotating the rack within the assembly itself, there is now a relationship between the two. Okay, so this was again a quick overview of mechanisms, in this case gears, dynamic gears, specifically rack and pinion. Thank you.